Everybody, what's up? Ren Carothers here with your Future Stars forecast on this 2-year-old Tuesday. Well, that's what we'll call it. Sorry, I know it's a little dark, but I feel like this is kind of intimate, right? I don't have my lighting kit with me, but I got to tell you, I am lit up with excitement because, hello, guess what starts tomorrow? Keeneland. It's amazing to have this meet actually happen. So very thankful for it. Of course, you have a 2-year-old race on tomorrow's card, but I'm actually looking ahead to Thursday's card. And I want to talk about a 2-year-old with a very interesting name considering the times. And I'm talking about Fauci for Wesley Ward. He's going to be ridden by Tyler Gaffney. He's owned by Lindy Farms and Ice Wine Stable, bred by Spendthrift Farm. This is race 1 on Keeneland's Thursday card. It's a 5.5 furlong turf sprint. This horse has already debuted. Backing up, he was a 175K yearling, and there's good reason why. As I said, he's already debuted. He debuted back on June 3rd. That was at Belmont. He dueled for the lead and ultimately settled for second in a short field. He was beaten 4 3/4 lengths by a horse named Prisoner. Now, out of that race, the 4th place horse, Garoppolo, he did come back to win at Belmont. He got a 60 buyer, and he became the first winner for Uncle Mo's son, Outwork. So I tell you, I'm really digging the switch to turf for this colt. Why? Well, here's the thing. He's by Malibu Moon, but his dam, Tash Zara, she's a daughter of multiple group winner Intihab. And not only that, but she's a half-sister to Group 1 winner Celebration, a multiple Group 1 winner. In fact, I want to show you one of those wins in the Queen Elizabeth II Stakes of 2012. So here we go. We're going to try sharing the screen and giving you a look at Celebration.
O'Brien of Cityscape now tries to move through. Cityscape, Celebration, pulls to the outside, saunters alongside with over a furlong to go. Cityscape back to the boards. Celebration is asked. The response is instantaneous. And Celebration on a great day for Ireland is absolutely going to wrap them in the QE2 and have his day on British Champions Day in the sun. Cityscape was second, Elusive Cape was third, Carlton.
So there you go. That's Celebration. About Acceleration, right? A very talented racehorse, but that's not the only black type horse that Tash Zara, Fauci's dam, is a half to. Oh no, she's also a half to another horse you've probably heard of, and that is Lancaster Bomber, and he's a horse that has Breeders' Cup connections himself because he was second in both the Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf, that was in 2016. He lost to Oscar Performance, and then he came back in 2017 in the Breeders' Cup Mile. Ran second that day to world approval. So you've got a really nice pedigree already there that is screaming turf. And again, this colt is switching to the grass. And now, obviously, this is all contingent upon the weather. And other horses backing up that grass form. His 4th dam, Sarah Siddons, she won the Irish 1000 Guineas and the Yorkshire Oaks of 1976. And the family also includes a really cool horse that some of you, back in the day probably will recognize the name Ragusa. He won the Irish Derby of 1963. And I actually think I have footage here that I can show you of Ragusa.
Injured but holding on with Vic Macri and Tiger in hopeless pursuit. Yes, it's Ragusa snatching a £49,000 victory with one leg badly torn and one shoe missing. Jockey Garni Bagor must be the most astonished man in Ireland. And even Sir Gordon Richards, who congratulates the owner's wife, can't remember a day like this in a lifetime of racing. All Ragusa can say is, my foot hurts.
Okay, so that's Ragusa. So again, these are all horses found in the family of number 5, Fauci, making his debut on turf. He's already ran once, it was on dirt, but now going on the turf for Wesley Ward. Again, Tyler Gaffney is up. 5.5 furlong sprint if the weather holds. Obviously, you're not going to get a price on this horse. Let's not, even pretend. But it's still cool to see, hopefully, pedigree play out. I always love to see what you see on the page play out in the flesh, and I really do think we'll see that with, again, number 5, Fauci in race 1 on the Thursday card at Keeneland. Now, that's not the only interesting horse that Wesley has this week. Looking ahead to Friday, and I believe it is race 4. Yes, Friday race 4 at Keeneland. Now, this is for the fillies, the 5.5 furlong turf sprint for the 2-year-old girls. And she's another one of note. Arad Ortiz is named to ride her, and this filly's name is Guana K. She was bred with Ward in partnership with owner Kent Spellman. She represents the first crop of Air Force Blue. He's a champion 2-year-old across the pond, and he's a son of Warfront himself. He's had 2 to race here in the state so far, 1 winner of those 2, but he's also had a winner over at Navan. And he's just a really beautiful horse. When you look at him, it's no surprise that he was a 2-year-old champion. He looks speedy, he looks precocious, and as far as I can tell, it looks like his progeny is really getting the best of those genetics. This filly's dam is named Winding Bay. Oh, but before you know what? I have a replay for you, actually, of Air Force Blue. So let's show you him winning the Vincent O'Brien National Stakes of 2015. I'm just going to go here, and I'm still getting used to sharing my screen on my own. We sometimes have a producer working behind the scenes. So here we go. Air Force Blue winning the Vincent O'Brien National Stakes of 2015.
Front. And Air Force Blue and Joseph O'Brien go on from in second place. Herald the Dawn in third is Birchwood, and running up towards the finish to win the Goffs Vincent O'Brien National Stakes in good style. Air Force Blue and Joseph O'Brien, Herald the Dawn, Birchwood close for 4th between Painted Cliffs and on the outside final.
So there you go. Air Force Blue showing that speed, showing that precocity, and we'll again see if he's going to pass to his progeny. So far, everything looks good to me. Now, this filly's dam, her name is Winding Bay. She's a daughter of Malibu Moon. The thing about her, she never contested the top turf herself, but she was actually meant for it. Her debut race, which she did win by 7 3/4 lengths, was an off-the-grass event at Indiana. Now, the thing with that, it was a short field because of all the scratches. But that being said, she did demolish the field. Her career itself, however, was brief. She didn't shock the world, but her dam is Cat Moves. So just to be clear here, Cat Moves is the grandmother of this filly, Guana K. So Cat Moves, you probably remember her. She burst onto the scene actually at 3 years old. She won her debut by 8 1/4 lengths. Then she followed that up with a 4 3/4 length dominant score in the slop against Allowance Company. And then after that, she won the Grade 1 Prioris Stakes. So not only is this filly's grandmother, Cat Moves, a Grade 1 winner, but Cat Moves herself is also a half-sister to 40 Moves, a graded stakes place runner who set what was at the time a track record at Gulfstream Park, going 6.5 furlongs in 1:15 4. That's important, and I really do like when I look at pages to see horses in the pedigree who have had the ability to set records. Because it's one thing if you have precociousness, a lot of horses have precociousness. It's another thing to have black type. A lot of horses have black type. But when you can have precocity, when you can have black type, and when you can also show the ability to carry speed like that, it's all the more incentivizing. Now, not only is Cat Moves a half to that horse, 40 Moves, but Cat Moves, again, to be clear, Guana K's grandmother, Cat Moves is a 3/4 sister to a horse named More Hennessy. Why is that important? Because More Hennessy is the dam of Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf champion Hootenanny. Let's take a look back at his score in the 2014 Breeders' Cup Juvenile Turf.
Into the stretch, look of the kitten, a furlong to run, and stablemate Hootenanny comes charging up on the outside. Then comes Lawn Ranger, followed by Commemorative, but Hootenanny and Frankie Dettori have taken the lead late, and Hootenanny wins the Juvenile Turf. And then it was Luck of the Kitten second, close third, maybe Daddy DT, and a photo with Conquest Typhoon.
How great! Right? It's exciting when you can see these horses in the pedigree. Go back and watch those relatives dazzle the audiences. And hopefully now we're going to see this horse benefit from those same genetics. We'll see. It's all about geeking out on these horses. We see these 2-year-olds come out, and obviously you look at a 2-year-old field and they're either not raced at all or very lightly raced. There's so many blank spots which you have to fill in, and the way you fill them in is going back and looking what their family members did. Wesley Ward, unsurprisingly, has 2 2-year-olds who look like they could fit the bill for both of their races. We'll see what happens. But in the meantime, I hope you are all as excited as I am about Keeneland Summer Meet this week. It's, again, I'm just thankful to have it. And it's something to look forward to also because Keeneland, the hospitality they show is always so heartwarming. I love that you get back to horse country. And after this meet wraps up, don't forget, they're going to have their fall meet. And then, of course, November 6th and 7th, the Breeders' Cup World Championships kicking off with Future Stars Friday. Okay, guys, that's it. Short and sweet, to the point. Best of luck betting at Keeneland this week. And I will see you here next week for the Future Stars forecast.